Hi, in this video we're going to go over the Nitronox Plus assembly instructions for the mobile cart. First off, make sure you have everything out of the boxes and laid out in front of you and you have ample space to put everything together. First we're going to start by taking the pole assembly and the wheelbase and attaching the two together. To do this, you'll want to take the base and lock the casters manually so that the base does not move when you're trying to place the pole assembly into it. We're going to place the base down inside the assembly port, and then we're going to take the base and flip it upside down. So we're going to attach the base to the pole by utilizing the bolt, the washer, and the lock washer that came in the kit, as well as the hex wrench. Make sure that you place the washer first, followed by the lock washer, and then the bolt. So before tightening, you want to make sure that the sticker on the front of the pole is in between the two casters that do not have locks. These two have locks, this one does not, these two do not. So we want to rotate this by lifting up so that it's in between and centered between these two wheels. And then once we place that down, we have that lined up, we can flip back over and tighten the bolt. Make sure you secure it tight enough that the lock washer is secured, but there's no need to completely over tighten it either. Once you have that done, you can flip the base back over. For the next step, we're going to take the dual cylinder holder and we're going to loosen the block so that we can place it on the pole assembly. This will be done using the included hex wrench. We're going to place the hex wrench and loosen the block screws and make sure that we loosen them well enough that we gain enough distance so that we can slide the block down on the pole assembly. We want the tilt going towards the front two wheels, and the back of the block should be facing the sticker on the base. Once you have it set at the proper height, tighten the block by screwing in a little bit of one side at a time so that you end up with an even gap on both sides. Do not tighten one side completely and then the other, as you will end up with a lopsided gap. Now we have even gaps on both sides, and we've tightened the unit completely securely. For the next step, we're going to attach the basket clips to the rear of the basket so that we can then place it onto the pole stand. Most importantly, make sure you attach the clips to the proper side of the basket. The back of the basket has this brace here. The front has these hooks. So when we place these, we're going to make sure that we place them here at the top and at the bottom of the basket on the back. Prior to placing the basket assembly onto the cart pole, we need to loosen the basket clips with a Phillips head screwdriver. Once you've loosened them adequately, we can then place the basket onto the pole assembly. Once you have this lined up, you want to make sure that the basket is facing towards the front of the cart. As well, we want to make sure that we bring this down 8 inches from the top of the pole. Once we have that in position, we can then tighten the Phillips head screws so that the basket is held in place. Now that we have the basket clips locked in place, we can take the cylinder wrench and hang it from the top basket clip simply by removing the Phillips head screw in the top basket clip so that we can place the ring around the bolt. Make sure that you do not drop the nut when loosening the screw. Retighten the bolt while holding the nut in place. And once it's tight enough, you're good to go, and your wrench is now attached to your cart. For the next step, we're going to attach the handle to the pole on the cart using a Phillips head screwdriver. To place the handle on the cart pole, we're going to have to loosen the handle screws with a Phillips head screwdriver so that we can retract and place the handle onto the pole. Once we've done that, we want to slide the handle down approximately 3 inches where we can then tighten it. We want the handle to face to the right of the cart before we tighten it. Once we're in the proper position, we can then take the Phillips head screwdriver and we can tighten the screws on the handle. Again, tightening one side a little bit at a time to make sure that we get an even gap on both sides and do not over tighten one side alone. Once it's tight and secure, there's no need to continue tightening, as we don't want to over tighten and crack anything. For the next step, we're going to secure the end cap onto the pole utilizing the end cap and the 3 included screws. We want to place the end cap into the slot on the pole with the set screw facing forward towards the basket. When looking from above, you'll notice that the screw holes line up. Once you line them up, you can place the Phillips head screws one at a time into each hole, and once they're placed, you can tighten them with the Phillips head screwdriver. Again, try to tighten each screw a little bit at a time to make sure that you're tightening evenly. Once the screws are secure, make sure that the assembly is tight. We can then take the mounting adapter and slide it into the assembly, and we can tighten the set screw using the Allen wrench. We don't have to tighten it too much, just enough so that it's held in place. That completes the instructions for the assembly of the Porter Nitronox cart. Next, you'll need to look at the video for the installation and final setup of the Porter Nitronox Plus device, which we've either emailed to you or you can find on the Porter website. For further instructions and for any questions, please feel free to email us at info@regentixmedical.com. As well, for any of your regenerative medicine needs, such as orthobiologics, fluoroscopy, ultrasound, hematology analysis, or shockwave, please feel free to call or email us at any time. We promise you the highest level of support, of knowledge base, and of course the best technology that we can find anywhere in the world. We look forward to servicing you, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.